So I finally reached 800 subscribers, and this happened like last week on Tuesday, earlier last week. So this video is pretty late, but I didn't know what I was going to do for a 800 subscriber special. I'll get into more of that later. Um, I rediscovered a video that I uploaded a long time ago, but it failed. It glitched out, so I unlisted it and stuff. It was a video showing off every single tornado siren in my city, and yeah, let's just say that I had to make that video like two separate times and both failed. I'll get into more of that later because I don't wanna have the intro all blown up and stuff. So let's just jump right into the video. Hopefully nothing goes wrong this time like the other two attempts. Okay, so first tornado siren we have is a 2001 FS 2001 SRN. This one here was the closest siren to my house. I would hear it very loud and clear. And every time I would go to film one of the sirens going off for the test, I would always walk up to this one because all the others were quite far away. This has been here since the mid 2000s, I believe. I think the oldest street view surrounding this siren is 2008. I don't know if there's any other siren here before. All I know is that there was this siren here. And then eventually this siren was replaced last year for some reason. It was replaced with another 2001. This time it's a 2001 130, which is the newest 2001 model out there right now. This happened back in June 2022. And apparently, when they installed it, they actually tested it out. They had it on alert for a little bit. Like they made it growl a little bit, and then they just had it run on full speed. And I was apparently home alone that day, and I did not hear it whatsoever. I don't know. I was probably asleep. It's probably early in the morning, but at least somebody else filmed it. I noticed it like a day or two later after installation. The reason why I noticed it is because the pole was very dark, and if you don't know, um, how to tell if there's like a new siren and stuff. Just look at the color of the pole. If it's very dark, that means it's new. I guess it's just some kind of coating, and the siren's also shinier too. I don't know why they replaced the other 2001. Like, there wasn't any problems with it. I don't know. I filmed both sirens going off close up. Well, I mean, not close up, but close enough. I do plan on filming this specific siren here again at for the June monthly test. I'm going to film it close up instead of just being farther away. Next up, we have a former siren. This here was one of the many Thunderbolt 1000Ts we had in Rolla. It's been here for years. Like it's been here before I was born. I don't know when it was installed. There was another one that was installed in the '60s somewhere in Rolla. So I'm going to assume that this one was installed around the same time. This one was by my local McDonald's and a car dealership. So I would always see it because my parents always got teas from McDonald's every day after school and stuff. And then sometime in 2020, it was removed and never replaced. So yeah, that wasn't too nice. They probably removed it because it's older technology and you had to new tornado siren. Well, today's tornado sirens or just warning sirens in general. They need backup batteries and they need an easier way to activate them with radio and stuff. If you don't know, if you see any newer siren with an antenna, that's how they're activated. This siren has no antenna. And I have no idea if it has any sort of backup battery. It is pretty old, so they had to probably go somewhere to turn it on. I don't know, but it was removed for some reason, and it was never replaced. Next up, we got another siren that was pretty close to that other Thunderbolt. This here's another 2001 SRN. Pretty sure this here is a second generation 2001, I think. I think that's what I was told. second or third. This here is next to one of our mini fire stations. And even though it's by a fire station, it is not used as a fire siren. You know, when I see other places like small towns that have fire sirens, I get jealous because if you don't know, fire sirens go off every time there's a fire call. The fire sirens are used to notify just firefighters just outside of the fire station. It it tells them to get the hell back down there, and it also tells it's also signals also tells the drivers to get out of the way too for the fire trucks to get through. And they usually go off every day because there's at least one fire call every day everywhere really. If you're in a if you're in a maybe not a small town but like a big town to small city, there isn't anything too special about this siren. It's just another 2001 SRN, just like the first siren. And it has been here since the 2000s, just like the other siren, like the other 2001. Next up, we have the third closest siren to my house. This here is another 2001 SRN. My dad used to live like right next to this siren, and it always waked him up every morning. Well, every Wednesday morning for the monthly test. He said it was pretty annoying, so that's how I know the siren. Well, I also know it because it's in a weird area. It's right next to a few fields, apartments, and a firefighter training area. I don't know. That area just used to creep me out because the firefighting training area and the siren itself. It's used to warn about tornadoes. You know, the thing that can kill you. Nothing too special about this siren. Just another 2001 SRN. Next up, we have the second Thunderbolt siren that was removed in Rolla. So instead of it just being removed and just instead of it just being removed and not replaced, this one was actually replaced. Back in 2020, around the time where the other Thunderbolt was removed, they installed a 2001 130 by a nearby parking lot to this siren here. When I saw it, I already knew what was going to happen. It was just inevitable. Here is the replacement siren. This here is the 2001 130 that replaced the Thunderbolt. Obviously, I like the Thunderbolt much more than this. It's just a basic 2001 130. Next up, we have our third Thunderbolt siren. This is the only remaining Thunderbolt siren we have left in Rolla. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. Thunderbolt 1000Ts are my favorite sirens, and it sucks that this is the only one and it's far away from my house. It's like on the other side of the city. This one here has a level 5 chopper, I believe. Maybe they all have it because they all sound the same. They all sound the same. This one here, I'm pretty sure has trigger issues, or maybe they all did. I forgot. But this one here has trigger issues. It doesn't wind up fully. It winds up and then it immediately winds back down before it gets to its peak. Even though it's on the other side of Rolla, I can still hear this from my house. Surprisingly, hell, back last year at school during an assembly, I could actually hear it going off during the monthly test, even though the assembly was loud as all hell. So this siren has yet to be replaced, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be replaced here soon, maybe. All right, next up we have our somewhat last Thunderbolt, but not really. Um, this here was a Thunderbolt that was removed very early, well, very long ago. It was removed in the early 2010s. This was the closest siren to my old elementary school, so I could definitely hear it. And it used to always creep me out too. Thunderbolts just sound very creepy. But for some reason it was removed. I don't know why. They also removed the water tank behind it too. That's all I know about this siren. Next up we have another new siren. This here is a 2001 130. Um, it was also installed in 2020, just like the other two, just like that other one. There was no other siren here previously. It was just this area just needed a siren, I guess. Maybe this siren here was secretly the replacement siren to that other Thunderbolt by McDonald's. This siren is like next to the highway patrol station, and McDonald's is not too far away from there. But yeah, this here was installed very close to the hospital, which where my that's where my mom works. So on the days where I'm at school and I don't hear the sirens going off for the monthly test, I can always ask my mom because she always hears this siren go off, which signals that all the others went off. Well, mostly. Like, sometimes only one siren goes off during the monthly test. I know, it happened once. Like, there's one time where this siren here specifically didn't go off, but I could hear all the other ones at school go off. And at home, too, because summer break. Next up, we have a special siren in Rolla, even though it's no longer here. This here is a Model 5 from Federal Signal. FS Model 5, I believe. For years, I've never known we had this siren. I thought Rolla only had Thunderbolts and 2001s. I discovered this siren's existence when I seen an old video of a 2011 tornado warning we had in Rolla back in 2011, obviously. And the guy who was filming the warning lived close to this siren, so this here, I mean, in the video you can obviously hear this siren here. He was actually in front of it because he was facing the trailer park that the siren was at. I think that was back in 2017 when I discovered it, and then I also heard it when I was at Lowe's too, because back in 2017 or 18, I believe, one of those years, we had a tornado warning while we got a tornado warning while we were leaving Lowe's, and when I walked outside, you can hear the siren because it was one of the nearby sirens around Lowe's in Rolla. Sadly, though, the trailer park was closed down, and I believe the siren was removed when the place was closed down. You know, it's just a thing that Rolla just doesn't want anymore. Like Rolla, one day the higher ups at Rolla were like, you know what? Look at these trailer parks. Let's get rid of them. They're ugly. Though, good thing is this siren was not just thrown out and scrapped. This siren was actually given to Egger Springs. I also took a picture, I believe. I don't know if I can find that in time to show you. But yeah, back in 2020, I noticed in Egger Springs there was a Model 5 that randomly appeared by the highway that I've never noticed before. I thought that it was hidden by the trees, either that or it was just newly installed. And I found out that was in fact the Model 5 that you see in this picture. Crap. When Rolla got rid of it, they gave it to Egger Springs because I believe before that they didn't even have any sort of siren at all. If they did, it was inactive, I guess. Alright, next siren is just another 2001 SRN. This here is a newly discovered siren too. I discovered this back in 2021, I believe, yeah. Back when we had that 2021 tornado in December for some reason. Like, it was cold, it was it was getting close to winter. I don't think it was winter just yet. And then all of a sudden, for no reason whatsoever, we got tornado weather. And I heard a worn down 2001 somewhere around me. I had no idea what it was, so I was asking what it was, where it was, and stuff. And some guy in the comment section said that there's one close to his house. And I found it, and even though it's too far away to really be the siren that I was talking about, it's still nice to know that this exists, because before that I had no idea this existed. It was literally just hidden away from any sort of major streets. It's hidden away somewhere in a neighborhood. And yes, if you're wondering, there is no better street view of this siren whatsoever. One street view is too grainy, and the other one, as you see right now, is too sunny. Alright, next up we have the siren I was talking about earlier. I said that there was I heard a worn down 2001 siren somewhere around me, close by, and I had no idea where it was. I was wanting to find it, but I didn't know where to find it and stuff. But eventually I did find it while me and my dad were driving home from getting sodas from the gas station. We were going up a hill, going down a hill, and you can see it, and this was last winter, or this winter, like last this something, beginning of the year. And since it was sunny, the light reflected off of the siren itself, so I was able to notice it. I was like, "Hey, what is that? What is that? No, is that a siren?" So I eventually tracked it down on Google on Google Maps, and yes, it's a 2001. It looks to be a 2001 130, and I've seen older street view of the area, and there didn't appear to be any sort of siren there before. The funny thing is, I actually seen this siren before discovering it, because I have a friend I know somebody at my school who has a YouTube channel too, and he made a video, I presume, at his house, and he was just walking around and stuff, camera facing him and stuff, and you can eventually see the siren in the background, and there's a pole too. So when I found this siren, I noticed there was a big house, pole, all that stuff. I was like, hey, wait a second, this is that one siren from that video. I actually found it. Wow, wow. So that was pretty funny. What a weird way to find out where somebody you know at school lives. Or maybe that was his house, I don't know. This siren here is the second closest siren to my house. Alright, here's our last siren, or somewhat last siren. We're actually going to talk about two sirens. There used to be a Thunderbolt 1000T right here, but sometime in 2017 it was replaced with this 2001 130 here. There's a tornado video that a guy made back in like 2010 in Rolla, because we had a tornado warning during New Year's back in 2010, and he was by the gas station that was close to this to the Thunderbolt that used to be here, and you can hear it go off in the video. And then one time in 2017, I was at my grandma's house because me and my sister were being babysitted, and it was the first Wednesday of the month, so I went outside to hear the sirens go off, and I heard a Thunderbolt and a 2001, and I'm not aware. I don't know if there's any other 2001 I don't know if there's any 2001 siren around here other than this one here. So when I heard during that time, I bet that was during the time where the siren was being replaced, and for some reason they were both active, because that happens sometimes. There's sadly no old street view to show the Thunderbolt 1000T. These sirens are all the sirens I know of in Rolla. I don't know if there's any other out there. All I know is that we have these. There might be maybe like one more that's very, very hidden in an obscure place, but for now, these are all the sirens we have in Rolla. So there's that. Alright, so I decided to just have this video be the 800 subscriber special, because I didn't know what else I would do. I did think about going up to that laundry mat where the Dexter washers are, but those things are expensive. Like using the smallest washer there costs like $6, and yeah, and I don't know how long that would. I don't know how long a cycle would have took, because front loaders take a long time to wash a load of laundry. Like, Jesus. And then I realized I still have this video to do. It's an old video that I made like earlier last year. My first attempt at making this was almost a success until the end, where I accidentally ended the screen recording, so I had to make another one to continue the video, and then piece both screen recordings together in Movie Maker, but For some reason in Movie Maker, you can't do that without it glitching out. I guess Movie Maker does not like screen recorded clips. So it glitched out and messed up and all that stuff, so I just decided to restart the entire thing. And I was hoping it would actually turn out right this time. I didn't accidentally, you know, end the screen recording, but guess what? I did the exact same thing again. So I had to piece it. I had to piece the two clips together again in Movie Maker, and it actually worked for actually worked for a little bit until I uploaded it. When I uploaded it, it was just complete. It was just darkness. It was blank. Yeah, just it was literally just a black screen. There's nothing. You couldn't hear my voice. Couldn't see anything. It was just nothing for like 20 something minutes. But yeah, I had to do stuff now, so I got to end this. So yeah, thanks for 800 subscribers. See y'all later. Bye.